and welcome to the pre-show interview with the one, the only Reese Prosser.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Would you like to say anything, Reese?
What's up? My name's Reese. Welcome, and I'm super pumped to show you all the music I've been working on.
Cool. So just, I was thinking before the show we could get a bit of background of the musician Reese Prosser and what it's like to be a musician, and how it was making this whole show and what it's become. First things first, what's the biggest problem you've had to overcome so far? And not just with the show, but as a musician as a whole. It's the biggest problem.
Probably like getting your music out there. There's a lot of like services that you can choose from and things like that, and getting performances. So yeah, probably that sort of thing. Yeah.
And on the flip side, what's your favourite thing about being a musician? I know you love it so much, but what's your number one favourite thing?
This sort of stuff, to be honest, like getting together with my family and performing. Yeah, performing is probably my favourite part of all the music things I do. Yeah.
And I could see you in the future being much bigger than what you are today, you know, getting record labels or whatever. What a music industry, you know, it's a dog-eat-dog world sort of thing. What do you think you could change about the music industry? If you could change one thing, what would that be?
Maybe not so much like drama and that sort of stuff, and just like everybody just trying to work together and making music as like an art, take it back to what it was years ago. So
taking it back to the old times sort of thing, you know, and not all about the money. Yeah? Perfect. What drew you to music and the music industry and all that? What drew you to want to actually start producing music instead of just maybe making covers or anything like that?
Well, I've always wanted to do music, probably because my Uncle Paul, because he was in a band, and then, just, I could never sing, I probably still can't, but, and then, one day I just thought I'm going to start learning how to play guitar properly, and then, I wrote a few songs, pretty bad, and then I wrote Bella, and then just pretty much took it seriously from then.
And you mentioned your Uncle Paul was inspired you. Do you have any other inspirations?
Probably like artists like Ruby Fields and of course 21 Pilots. My sets draw a lot of inspiration from them. I do a lot of 21 Pilots songs in my live set, things like that. Yeah.
Obviously, friends and family supporting you along the way. Yeah. So you've made quite a few songs now. Obviously, you've made a whole EP. Yeah. That's what we're here today to see. What's your creative process with coming up with your music and your lyrics? Because they are quite impressive. So is there any rituals or anything like that? Any, you pray before you make music or anything like that? Yeah. What's your creative process?
Well, normally I just go and put my guitar on my bed, and then I just sit there and look at it for about an hour. No, I'm just kidding. Normally I just come up with a riff or some chords or something on the computer. With 130, it was on the computer. I was just messing around one day and then come up with that. Whereas with other songs, lately I've been having like melodies in my head, and that's how I come up with those sort of things. But I've never been able to do that until recently, which was good. So yeah, and I think that's allowing me to make better music, sort of stuff.
So just certain shower thoughts that then you build off of, sort of thing, and make beautiful songs like 130 and such. Yeah? Alrighty. Is there any hidden meaning behind your music? You know, a lot of people take the lyrics just at face value. Did you want to give a deeper meaning to any of your songs?
Well, I think 130 is one like that. I remember one time you asked me what 130 was about, and I think whatever you think it's about is what it should be about. Like if you interpret it, and I think that's what music's about, so you can adapt things like songs to your own life. and that's with 130. And then, but there's a song on my EP called "I Miss You, Please Come Back," and people could think that's about a girl or something like that, but it's actually wrote about my grandpa, so that's sort of a hidden meaning sort of thing. Oh, yeah.
And we'll be hearing those songs later tonight, so keep your ears out. If you could, who would you collaborate with? Who?
I feel like Turn On Pass is the first thing that comes to my head, but then also I think it'd be really cool and creative to collaborate with Ruby Fields as well. That'd be really cool.
Alright, so you've pretty much done most of the aspects of making music. You've done the lyrics, you've done the instruments, you've produced it, you've done all that. What did you say is your favourite part about the whole thing? Your absolute favourite?
As I said earlier, definitely performing live is just like nothing I've ever done. I remember last performance I did, I was singing on the piano and it just came in my head. I'm like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then, yeah, so that just reassured me.
What's your so you've done quite a few live performances. I know you've done some at your own school, in your own house. You did a few at the Kalamunda Theatre Place. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called. Performing Arts Centre. Yeah. Would you say a favourite, your favourite live performance?
Probably the tribute concert I did for my grandpa a couple of months back. It was just really emotional and really special. And yeah, but I think that's all going to change tonight. I'm really, really excited for tonight. And hopefully, yeah, that'll be awesome.
So you're anticipating this is going to be your favourite performance, yeah? Oh, awesome. All right. Bit on a calm aspect. What's your favourite instrument? Of all the instruments in the world, what's your very favourite?
To play live, definitely guitar, probably. But I don't know. I really like how the piano makes an emotional aspect when performing live, but then also drums. It's just when recording drums, it's just like nothing. It's just allows me to beat the crap out of the drums. It's just great. So yeah.
So like you said before, you plan on doing this for the rest of your life, and I can definitely see the motivation of you doing that. What's your end goal? When are you going to hit the point where you go, yep, this is me. This is what I've wanted to do my whole life. What's your end achievement sort of thing?
Maybe when I get more than about 200 followers on Instagram, that would be good. Sitting about 120 now, so yeah. Nah, just kidding. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really thought about. Maybe I've always wanted to perform at big festivals and big arenas, that sort of thing. That'd be cool. Oh, when a whole crowd sings the songs back to me, that's when I'll be like, yes. Yeah. Yeah. And my mum's in the back saying when mum and dad can sit back and relax. So that as well.
Okay. And you've been doing this for quite a few years now. For people that have just started music or started creating lyrics or anything like that, would you have any advice for them?
I don't know if I've earned the right to give advice at this point, but just work hard and don't take life too seriously, and remember that while you do have to work hard, do sit back and enjoy it as well, because if you don't, and if you just take it too seriously, then it's just doesn't become fun anymore. And that's I've struggled with that in the past, and then so that's probably what I'd say. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And last but not least, is there any final mentions or thank yous for the whole show or throughout your whole music career so far that you'd like to give to anyone?
There's quite a few people that I'd like to thank for this show. Of course, you, Nathan, you pulled me out of a very deep hole with this show. Had a few people unable to do things for it, which is fine. But you managed to last minute learn everything and pull me out of big shit. Destiny for taking photos and singing tonight, and Riley made the letters on the thing. Kane helped set up, and everyone, and Sarah coloured them in. Everyone just for coming tonight. That is the biggest thank you. Thank you to the people that helped with the EP, Drew for mixing it, and thanks to my mum for being just a legend, because that's what she is.
Alrighty, on that note, that concludes our interview for tonight. I hope everyone is very excited for the music that you're about to hear later on. Thank you so much.
Just want to say thanks to Nathan for having me on his interview. Thank you. Round of applause for Nathan, everyone. Woo! All right. Yeah, let's get this show on the road. Thanks, Nathan. Share this interview with your friends, like, and subscribe. Definitely cutting that out.